Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hello! Welcome to today's Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 616. And this is a class that's got a little bit of a twist to it. I'm twisting a little bit of a twist to it. Now, if you are joining me for the first time, hey, I'm Stacy and I am the owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. We are an independent brick and mortar store here on Soledad Canyon Road in Canyon Country, California, so Southern California. And if you're anywhere near, come see us Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if not, well, then we have Scrapbooking Made Simple, our online store, which is open 24 hours a day. We are not here 24 hours a day, but the online store is open 24 hours a day. Now, I do a technique-based class. It's technique-based, it's commercial-free, it is full length. Every Saturday morning, we live chat during the premiere of our classes, and I try to bring you interesting products, new companies, things you haven't seen before, all while incorporating things you might already have in your crafty stash. Like today, I've got my Stacy Park inks from Jacquard out. Many of you already have those. I am a licensed designer for Jacquard and a licensed designer for Sizzix. We are using Sizzix today, and that's where the twist comes in. We're using their brand new rotating stencils. I can't wait to share them with you. So we take the class from start to finish. It is really about showing you many different ways that a product can be used and giving you that confidence that you can do this, because I know you can. We typically work with white paper most of the time, and what we do with that white paper is make magic happen. So I have got the Sizzix rotating stencils that have just launched. I have got special pricing on bundles for you that is so smoking hot. It's like, that's how hot it is. Sound effects required here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. So just to give you an idea, the bundle for the 4 rotating stencils, they retail for $35.96. They have just launched, like today. They have just launched. Your price is not $35.96. Your price for all 4 of them is $26.99. Now, I want to tell you how that came to be, how that price came to be. But before we get there, I have winner chicken dinner to talk about. And we are doing 3 winners now. We have one winner who is posting from our sneak peek short that is on our YouTube channel. It's also on Instagram and on Facebook, but to be a winner, you have to come to this channel, find that video, that sneak peek short, and post your comment there. So one person is winning. We're offering stuff off my crafty table, whatever I'm using. And then we have our other 2 winners that have posted a comment below on the current YouTube. And the comment can be anything that's kind. It can be anything that's nice. It can be about your family or your friends or your fur babies or your job or what you created today, or maybe you did some gardening, or maybe you're having a rough day. Post that too. You will find that the SMS peeps will come in there and try to perk you up a little bit and spread a little sunshine your way. But those 2 winners we do every week during the class, and those winners are winning, yep, still $100 store credit. And I say still, like that's not, that $100 store credit is pretty wahoo kachoo, and we do that twice. We have 2 winners every YouTube, and now we have a 3rd winner who is winning from the YouTube short, the sneak peek YouTube short that we're doing every week. I want to say that all of the winners from the YouTube shorts, your product has been shipped to you, including the winner from last week's YouTube short. We've already shipped your product to you. You don't even know that you've won yet, and the product's already on the way to you. We've had 3 winners so far, and all 3 have shipped. I'm very excited. Now let's do that one first. So for last week's winner chicken dinner, from the sneak peek, I have got Lucy Hutchinson. Hello, Lucy Hutchinson. Congratulations. You're a winner chicken dinner, and you won an assortment of stuff off my table. And that was the creative art. Oh, the fairies and the gnomes and the mice and the decoupage and the paper. You have won an assortment from Scrapbooking Made Simple. And there is one of the cards that I made during the classes included with that package off to you. So congratulations. Wahoo Kachoo for you. You don't have to do anything to claim your prize. It is already on its way. Now the YouTube short for this week is still up. It'll go the whole week. So you have a whole week to post your comment. So you would have 3 chances to win, right? On our YouTube short, and then we pick 2 winners from the YouTube itself. And those lucky people are, oh, I don't know this name, but I know that name. Okay, well, I have got 2 lucky winners who posted a comment on YouTube, 615. The comment was kind, it could be approved, and then our software randomly selected them for a $100 gift card. The first name is Shawnette. Now, I can't believe that there are a million Shawnettes out there. I just find it hard to believe. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a dozen that watch this channel who are named Shawnette, but I bet this Shawnette probably already knows it's her. Shawnette Johnson, congratulations. You are a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and you've won $100. $100 to spend any way you want. I'm holding it up there so you can get a screenshot of it. That way you can text it to all your friends and all your family, and you're like, the Wahoo Kachoo lady, she said I won. Yes, and there's a little check mark in that box, which means your winnings are already there for you to spend any way you want, but you're not alone. You have another winner chicken dinner. And this name I am familiar with. Evelyn. Hey, Evelyn. Hey, girl. Hey, Evelyn Caswell. Hello. How are you doing, my friend? Well done, you. Congratulations. You also have $100 in your online account, whether you spend it $20 today and $20 next week and $20 the week after, or you spend it all at once. It's up to you. I am so excited for you and Shawnette and Lucy. Lucy, your prize is already on the way. Shawnette and Evelyn, you spend your winnings, but of course we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance. I feel like we should add a twist because we're doing a twist today. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. No. I can do this. Rub my tummy and pat my head, but I don't know if I can do you're a winner chicken dinner and twist at the same time. Maybe when I was younger. All right, so let's do our winner chicken dinner dance, and then we'll get started for today. Are you ready? You're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner chicken dinner. Wahoo Kachoo for you. See, I can rub my tummy and pat my head. I can chew gum and walk, but I don't chew gum, so. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fun time spending your winnings and playing with your goodies when they arrive. And again, if you want a chance to be a winner, find that video, find that short, that sneak peek short for this video today, and post your comment, or post a comment directly on this video right below us. We are live chatting over there on a laptop or a desktop, and maybe the live chat is below on a phone or a different device. Whew. All right, let's talk about Sizzix. Yes, I am a licensed designer, Stacy Park licensed designer. That's the hat. But I'm going to take that hat off and I'm going to put it to the side, and I'm going to put on Stacy Park Scrapbooking Made Simple hat, because they are different hats. Trust me. And the product I'm sharing with you today, some of it's mine. I do have a few of my own dies here to just work into because they're sentiments. But the product I'm showing you today was a major discussion with Stacy Park Scrapbooking Made Simple. Stacy Park designer, nothing to do with it, didn't know about it, hadn't seen it until they showed Stacy Park Scrapbooking Made Simple. So when they showed me this product, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think I like it. But then there was a discussion about price. The price hadn't been settled yet. Nobody quite knew what was the right price. And of course, I'm sure that they asked several retailers, and we retailers are going to always err on the side, or we're always going to be like lower because we want you to be able to afford it. So a manufacturer might be thinking $12.95 and a retailer might be thinking $6.95, and that's you know, manufacturers always want the most they can get for their product, and retailers always want the best price. It's like so there was this conversation about these stencils, and I gave my 2 cents, which I freely give, and it's probably more often thrown back at me then I realized. It's like, ow, what was that? That was a penny that hit me in the back of the head. Somebody was throwing my 2 cents back at me. But I give my 2 cents freely, whether it's thrown back at me or not. And then I had to wait, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and I thought they just forgot about me. But they were so busy trying to figure out, okay, they want to do the best they can for everybody. So when the price finally came back, I'm like, I think we can do that. But then when the product got here and I opened it up, I said, I know we can do that. So we're gonna work with all 4 of the stencils today. Again, we've got it. They retail for $35.96, which is not a bad price. There's 4, so 4 into 35 is what? My gosh, is it 9? 9 times 4, 10 times 4, almost, yeah, 9 times 4, so $9 each. But I wanted to bring them to you for a little bit better price, and I get to do that. And when you see what's inside, the extra bonus that I didn't know the stencils were coming with, that made it worth. Personally, I think that might make it worth the $8 or $9, the $8.99 I think is what they sell them for, the $8.99 all on their own. But I wanted to do a little bit better. So we're going to work with all 4 stencils today. They are a rotating stencil. They are a single layer stencil, and I think that you're going to find them to be very compelling. It's like the everlasting gobstopper with Willy Wonka. It just goes and goes and goes, and you think it will only do one thing, but it doesn't. It does this and this and this and that, and it's still, like, even at full price, it's still just $8.99. So who doesn't want an $8.99 everlasting gobstopper that's going to stay with them the rest of their crafty journey? That is what these stencils are. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. Again, I'm Stacy. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hey, I am who I am. My classes are not scripted. They are not edited. They are not voiceovered or dubbed. I have the product in front of me and we just go. It's not planned. We just create and craft together. So get your cup of tea, get your cup of coffee. I could put my pause face on so you can go do that. I haven't done a pause face in a long time. Ready? This is so I don't blink. Okay, you went and got your cup of tea, your cup of coffee. Let's play the day away. All right, I'm going to tilt on down and we're going to get started for today. It's so good to see everybody. And I hope the rest of the retailers are equally as happy with the price as I am. I am sure that Ellison and Sizzix, you know, they're very thoughtful in how they try to price everything. So I know that they were trying to be considerate of everybody and how we appreciate that very much. All right, down we go. Oh, it's good to see everybody. Down we go. All right, let's zoom on in and down a little bit and zoom a little bit, and I think we're good. So just a couple quick samples. Super pretty, right? How darling is that? This one was made by honorary SMS girl Gail. And then I have here, honorary SMS girl Patty. So darling. I think these two color combinations, I think these two look so good together, don't you? I just think they work so well together. All right, so the stencils we're gonna be playing with, they're called rotating stencils. They have just launched. They are brand new. The packaging is massive. It's huge. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, I don't know if you're gonna wanna keep the packaging, but if not, I would definitely cut this out and use this for a card. It is one stencil. There is one stencil in each. One stencil in each. And the stencil rotates 4 times. You twist it 4 times to get the finished result. They retail for $8.99, but not here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Even if you just want one, we have them on sale. Just one. Maybe this is the one you love, love, love. We absolutely have it on sale for you, but the best value is always going to be the bundle. Now, what I didn't know when I was talking to them about pricing, what I didn't know is what comes inside. You're like, well, a stencil comes inside, Stacy. Yes, I know. But also a storage envelope. Oh my gosh, can you even imagine how many stencils you could store in this thing? So this is one of the Sizzix large, heavy-duty storage envelopes. Each one of the stencils comes with this. So where you might look at this and go, oh, maybe that's a $6 or $7 stencil, I understand why it's $8.99. They're giving you the storage for it as well. Yes, please, absolutely. And as you can see, the storage pocket is big. So maybe you get all 4 stencils and you put the stencils into one storage pocket. Then you've got 3 more, which they charge like $9 or $10 or $11 for 3. You've got 3 more and they're big enough to put your stamps or your larger dies in. Oh my gosh, it is a twofer, absolutely. Between the storage and the stencil, it's a wahoo kachoo. Now, when we take the stencil out, and I don't know why they needed to use such a big one, but I'm glad that they did. Maybe it's the size, maybe they just went with the size that a standard size that they had, but it's nice storage. When you take out the stencil, you're going to see that there's holes on 4 sides. Holes, 4 sides. That's because this is going to work with your stencil and stamp platform. Yes, if you don't have a stencil and stamp platform, can you still use the stencil? Yes, you're just gonna tape it down onto your paper. But to make the rotation happen seamlessly, they have the holes on 4 sides. Now, I'm going to bring my stencil and stamp platform over, and we might use it as a stamping tool a little bit later. It does come with a lid. Hello, lid. And when you're using it as a stamp positioner, you would be using it with the lid because the lid is going to pick up the stamp, and you've got your paper down, and this is sticky grid, so your paper doesn't move. You put it down, and your paper doesn't move anywhere, and then you pull it up, and your paper's great, and then you put it back down, and then you pull it up. So when you're using it as a stamp positioner, the lid stays on. When you're using it as a stencil alignment tool, the lid comes off, and this little green piece of plastic magic is what makes this so special. There are lots of stamp positioners out there. There are. This one doesn't have a lip on any of the sides, which is nice because that means you can use any size paper you want and just do something continuous or a 12 by 12. But what makes this special is this little green plastic alignment tool. This allows you to take any stencil, and I do mean any stencil, and put it down, put your paper down, put your stencil on top, stencil, pick it up, put it, see what you need to, if you need it darker somewhere, put it right back down, it aligns right back up, and any stencil will work. If you do not have a Sizzix stencil, because the Sizzix stencils come with the holes already in them, so they just pop right in place. Sizzix has converters, and I've got a whole mess of them on a piece of stencil film, so I can just keep them handy. These are for when you're using somebody else's stencils. You just pop one of these on that stencil, and then magically it's going to work with your stencil and stamp tool. Yes, we have this tool available for sale, and when we sell it, we give you not only the tool, the entire tool, but we include a set of converters with it. This is a pack of 10 converters, and I want to say they're $5.99, $6.99, $7.99, something like that. But we include it with our price. We give it to you for free with the stencil and stamp tool. That way, if you have other stencils, which most of us do, you're able to use those as well. Now, the Sizzix stencils, they always put Sizzix at the top, and they always put the number of the stencil. This is, the SKU number is there, and then -1 is the number of the stencil. There's only one stencil, so it's number 1. If there were 4 stencils, if it was a layering stencil, they would say Sizzix, the SKU number -1, -2, -3, -4, so you know what order to layer them. This is a rotating stencil. And when you put it down, you've got the Sizzix name at the top, and you would ink. Then you would pop it off, and you would rotate it. And you would ink. And then you would pop it off, and you would rotate it, and you would ink. All the way around. Now, let's say, theoretically, you know you started with Sizzix at number 1, and that you're just going to go clockwise until you have the whole design done. In reality, life happens, and you start it, and then you pull it up, and then you've got to go do something. I will tell you, I find it easier for me to write on the stencil with a Sharpie, which won't hurt the stencil, and I'm just going to do F1. And then here is F2, and here is F3, and here is F4. That tells me, here's my 1. In fact, if I wanted to put it even at the top, F1. That tells me this is my first, and then I go to F2, and then F3, and then F4. It's easy for me to see, as opposed to if I stop doing something and the stencil is not in the exact position that it was. I find it easier. And in fact, when we move to some of the other stencils, we're going to do the back as well. B1, B2, B3, B4. Now, to play with this, it's really easy. And I'm going to grab a larger sheet of paper. Save that to stamp on later. So I'm going to butt my paper. So I always put my alignment tool. I always put it dead center, so I've got two little sides here and 2 little sides here. I take the 4 in the center, and I usually always put mine right at the top. I could put it all the way down here if it made my heart happy, or if I was doing a stencil that was a continuous stencil, I can take it and move this over if I'm doing something maybe on a 12 by 12 page, because now my stencil is going to reach further down. You have the option to put it anywhere you want that works for the project you are trying to complete. I'm going to put mine where I typically do, right at the top. I'm going to put my paper right up against it, give a little press down, because now my paper is down on my sticky grid, and you get the sheet of sticky grid with your stencil and stamp tool. Eventually you'll have to replace it, but they sell it in packs of 5, And really, if you don't get glitter on it or embossing powder, or if you don't keep putting your hands like I do all over it, it will last you a really long time. Now, I know that I've got F1 right there. That stands for front 1. I'm gonna pop it right into my alignment tool, and now I am ready to stencil. So what color do I want to use? I don't know. What color do I want to use? Let's go, well, maybe we start with our lightest to darkest, although they're all kind of rich colors. And I'm just going to come in here and ink up. And I am using the Stacy Park Jacquard ink. It is a highly saturated dye-based ink. Jacquard is a fine art company, so the ink is just absolutely gorgeous. It is water soluble, so it will splatter and make little dots, and you can absolutely paint with it. You can palette paint with it. So now the beautiful thing about the alignment tool is that I can now pick it up, look at what I've done, see if I'm happy with it, and if not, put it right back down, and my stencil is realigned. There's no magnets, there's no tape, you just go. If I wanted to add it a little darker anywhere. Okay, so one color done. Now, I need to pop it off, leave my paper exactly where it is. As long as my paper doesn't come off my sticky grid, I'm good to go. Give this a wipe down, because I'm going to go into another color, and this isn't a layering stencil. It's a rotating stencil. If I was doing a layering stencil, I wouldn't need to clean in between. I would just pull my next layer over and off we would go. All right, so now we're gonna go to F2. F2 right at the top. And I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to look and see where did that Sizzix go, because you do have to pull it and you do have to clean it after each use, just a little bit of a baby wipe. And then you're looking for where did that Sizzix go and where was it when, what was the last position? So now I'm gonna put F2 down and I'm gonna pop it into place. And I'm gonna grab another color. And we're just gonna ink it up. And see, I'm still holding my stencil. This is a stencil alignment tool, not a, I'm gonna hold my stencil in place for you and it's not gonna move or buckle. You still need to keep your fingers on it. And now I can pick this up and I can look and say, am I happy? Do I want it a little darker anywhere? Up to me. I put my alignment tool right back down. And I can continue on. If I want it darker somewhere, now the nice thing about my ink is that it doesn't make mud. You can blend and use it over and on top of, and it just doesn't make mud. There's lots of inks out there. I suggest if you're looking for a dye-based ink, you find one that has the majority of the properties you're looking for in an ink. And then start getting that one. Or if you really are just stenciling and stamping with it, by all means, pick the colors you like. It doesn't really, whether it's whose ever ink. You can mix and match between the inks. Pick the colors that make your heart happy if what you're doing is stenciling and stamping. If you're not worried about it being water reactive or not water reactive, then really it's all about the colors when you're talking about dye-based inks. The nice thing about my inks is that they're so saturated that you don't need one ink or 4 different inks to make up a color family. One ink will give you the entire color family because you can desaturate. So we have 24 colors, and those 24 colors will actually make, I don't know, 100, 200 colors, because you can desaturate all the way down from a very dark color to a very light color. All right, there's 2. So I'm going to put this one away. And now I'm going to grab my next color. So I did F2. Now I'm going to do F3. Pop it right on in. And let's see what we get. What color do I want to use? Pink, purple. We'll go with a purple. And I just come right in here. And one stencil is going to make the entire design. Keeping my fingers, walking it down. And now I can lift up, see what I have, see if I'm happy with it, and you can see the design coming together. Okay. Pop it off. Wipe it down. So it's not a layering stencil. The layering stencils are more than $8.99. Layering stencils are closer to $20. This gives you that look and that feel of being able to define out each and every color without having multiple stencils to do it in. All right, what do you say? What's my last color? I should have done yellow. Should have done yellow first. If I'm going to do yellow, I should have done it first. But let's just wipe this down so I don't get my yellow too pinky. All right, so now I go to F4. Pop it in, lay it down. Grab my spaghetti squash. And away we go. And I can lift it up and see what I think. Ooh, pretty! Look at the pops of color there. Hello, gorgeous. Lovely. Yay for me. All right. So this one's done. And I'm going to put it off to the side for now, because we're going to come back and we're going to finish it in just a moment. I think we're going to finish it in just a moment. But before I do that, I'm going to do the stencil again. Do I have enough room on here? I think I do. Okay, so now I'm going to start with F4 because I've got my yellow there. And I just want to leave it in the yellow. I'm going to start with my yellow, since I'm going to start with my F4, and then I will go to F1, F2, F3. As long as I'm going in order, it's fine. But I want to show you the difference in saturation that we can achieve. So I'm going to use the exact same colors. I'm going to go in here with my spaghetti squash. And I'm going to desaturate this color. And pick up. And look at how soft that is. Almost like a butter yellow. But here, it's a super strong yellow. Big color difference between the two, and yet they're the same ink. So instead of having a color family where you have a light, a medium, a dark, or a light, a medium, a dark, and extra dark, I did one color. And in this one color, you can get your entire family. I wanted to try and keep costs down as opposed to having 3 or 4 inks that make up a family. You can do that with just one ink of mine. So I've got my 4 done. Let's wipe it on down, because now I'm going to go back to F1. And as long as I'm going in order, I'm just fine. And it's easier for me to have the numbers and the letters just written right on the top so I could see. I thought that they might be etched in, but when I looked, they were not. And since you do have to pick up the stencil to clean it, unless you're doing the same color all the way around, having the numbers on the top is a big help. So I did F4. Now I'll do F1. And I'm going to do that in that pink. And again, I want to just keep it light. I want a hint of color. I can pick it up, see what I've done. And look at how soft is this. Look at how soft that is. Almost like a baby shower soft. All right, so I'm going to put this one away. Clean my stencil. And let's see what I do next. So I did F1. Now we're going to do F2. And I just snap it right on down. And let's do that in the blue. So again, I'm going to tap off really well. Oh no, I'm off my paper. All right, well, so be it. And I'm just going in there and lightly adding my blue. And lift up. And again, look at how soft, and look at how those hues all work lovely together. Clean up my stencil. And my last color is purple, and that's going to be F3 because I've started in F4. As long as you rotate in order. Yay! Although we're going to get to a place where we don't rotate in order at all. I'm starting simple for anybody who has never seen stenciling before, especially rotating stencils. I want to keep it simple, easy peasy. Okay, so we're going to finish with F3. I can tell I've got it right because all I see is white paper. If I accidentally put it on F4, what's going to happen? There's my yellow. If I accidentally put it on F1, what's going to happen? There's my pink. F2, there's my blue. But if I move to F3, well, wahoo kachoo, I have white paper. And that tells me that's where I want to stencil. So let's grab my purple. And I might keep this over here and do something with it. Maybe we die cut the sentiment out of it or something. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to gently add my purple. And this color is eggplant parm. The yellow was spaghetti squash. The blue was blueberry pie. The pink was dragon fruit delight. You get the hint on how we name our inks. We usually do it at lunchtime. That's how they started. We started naming them at lunchtime. I think it was Claire and Renee, maybe, who were naming them at lunchtime, and before I knew it, they all had food names. So we just stuck with it. Okay. Look at how sweet that is. And look at what a difference it is from here. Exact same ink. I didn't change my colors. I used the exact same color ink, but look at the difference I was able to achieve by desaturating and saturated. It's all about how to use your inks to the best of their ability and where you want to save and where you want to spend. You may find that you want to have every ink in every color because that's just easier for you. I'm a girl who, if I can get away with having one ink that'll give me 10 shades of that color, and that way I can spend on something else, that's how my brain works. Not everybody's the same, so it's whatever makes your heart happy. But I like having, I didn't have to have 8 inks to achieve this. And then I could have done anything in between, and I could have actually gone lighter than this, and I could have gone darker than that. So first stencil done. And with this stencil, I'll tell you, even if you flip it around and use the back side, it's still going to give you the exact same image, front or back. So I'm not going to do the back side of this one. We're going to move on to our next stencil. And this one is, I don't even know that they name them anymore. Rotating stencil. Rotating stencil. I don't even see a name for this. So everything Ellison used to do had to have a name, and I think that that's is gone. I think now they just have a SKU number. Put it back in. And slip it away, and let's pull out our next. here we go. Now you would think that's a pretty cool stencil. Wait till you see what else it does. This does so much. It's almost like an optical illusion when you look at this one, depending on how you're seeing it. So that's why I'm saying take all of these and put all of these in one, and then use these other three for stamps and other things. Yeah, that's what I would do. I cut a couple pieces of paper. I'm going to make sure that I have them big enough. I can use this for... So I'm using the Stacy Park paper. This is my cardstock. It is 110 pounds. I have it in white, cream, and black. It's 25 sheets for $9.99. And I can't go any lower than that price. People will say, are you going to put it on sale? You know, I wish I could, but at 110 pounds for 25 sheets, well, I think that's a pretty okay price. And since I import it and do it myself, I mean, we even package it. So, and it's lovely paper. It's really, really lovely paper. All right, so I've got a couple sheets now done. Let's pull over our stencil alignment tool. Let's get a piece of paper underneath. And let's name these. Let's put our numbers on them. So F1, F2, F3, F4. Now, if I were smart, I would have a black Sharpie here, but I don't. Does Mr. SMS have a black Sharpie over there? Oh, I think he does. Hold on just a moment. I'm gonna go rate his. That's red. I see black. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so my husband, I'm in his office. He gives me 6 feet of craft space. That's all I get. So I got a black one because I'm going to turn this over, and now I'm going to do B1, B2, B3, B4 for the back side. Because this stencil will allow you to do multiple things depending on how you use it. So let's do it just the way we're supposed to. Let's just do it the right way the first time and show you exactly what it's supposed to be. Look at inky hands. Inky hands are happy hands. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to play with? What color do we want to play with? Let's put that back, and let's put that back, and let's use... Maybe we use I like my spaghetti squash and orange and red and maybe a dark, oh, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, F1, and I'm going to add some color. And then I can lift it up and see what I've got and see if I'm happy. Now I could be done with that. I could call this done and just have that as my stencil. I have no idea what you're working on, and that might be all you need. I layer it back down and it lines right back up. I can come in and add more color if I want. Entirely up to me. Okay, now let's go and wipe it down. And move it to F2. Front 2. The F's stand for front. You name it any way that makes your heart happy. And maybe we do a little green. And this is lime zest. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, pretty. Now you could call this done. But we have a few more turns to make. We have a few more swivels to go. And I haven't moved my paper. As long as I don't move my paper and I put my alignment tool back where it started from, all I have to do is wipe down and keep going. So now we finished F2, we're on F3. And let's do let's do a blue. I think my stencil was still a little bit wet. Got a few little watermarks in here, but that's okay. We're just going for it. So there's F3. Now you could be done here, but we still have one more rotation to go. And I turn it to F4. I should make sure it's dry. F4. And what color do we want to add now? Maybe we do a little bit of orange. And I just fill all my spaces in. Lift it up, see if I'm happy. Oh, it's cute. Very beachy. Perfect for the summer right now. This feels very beachy. All right, the minute I pull it up, I can't put it back down. Lining it back up will be very difficult, but I think that came out absolutely darling. So easy to do. But I did the back side, remember? I put B1, B2, B3, B4 on the back side. Now, I don't know if I put them in the right order, but we're going to make it work. So let's grab another sheet of paper. I have no idea what we're going to get. So if I start with F1, start with F1. What did we do with F1? Did we do the yellow? Get my yellow down. Nice and dark and saturated. Okay, I'm going to try and use the same color. So we're going to do this one a little more saturated. And then I'm going to flip it. So yellow, green. So F2, let's do our green, and let's do our green a little more saturated. Let's make it really limey. All right, number 2 is done. Let's wipe it down. Let's move to number 3. Number 3 was blue. Lift it up. Look at how bold those colors are. Wipe it down, and then we'll do our last one, and then I'm going to flip this stencil and see what happens. That was 3, now we're on to 4. And 4 was orange. Much darker in color. Okay, it's an SMS YouTube. The sirens have happened. We are right on the main street in Canyon Country. Boy, are we on the main street. If I was any closer to the main street, I'd be sitting on top of Main Street, which is Soledad Canyon Road here. All right, so we've got all four colors. Now, definitely deeper than those, although the same inks, right? Definitely deeper, even though I use the exact same inks. But what happens if we turn the stencil around? Now, I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I haven't moved my paper any. And now let's see, let's flip it over. If I go to B1, so I start with B1 right there. Can you see? All I see is white paper coming through it, so I know I can stencil that. But what color do we stencil it? Oh! Do we do it in the orange maybe? Okay. So now we're on the back side. I flipped it around to use the back side of the stencil because stencils have two sides, just like paper. I know it's shocking sometimes to realize that you can flip a stencil around and have the reverse image, the mirror image. But I'm just using one stencil, not a layering stencil. So we're gonna pick it up. Aha! So I did B1. Now let's see what B2 gives me. I'm using the back side, like the back side of water. Maybe I do the yellow in here. You ever been on the Jungle Cruise? The back side of water, one of the wonders of the world. I want to smear my blue. So my inks will blend together nicely, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't blend them. I want them to be bold and strong. I pulled up the wrong color. This is Pineapple Crush. I just grabbed one of my yellows. This is Spaghetti Squash. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I got a rhythm going here. Okay, so I used the wrong color yellow, but that's all right. There we go. Now I go to B3, the back side. What color do I want in there? Maybe my blue? Next up, aha! By the time we are done, we're going to fill this entire thing in. It's more than what you think it's going to be. Yes, it's just a one-layer stencil, but is it? No. There are so many different combinations you can do with this stencil, with all of the stencils, really. I'm using the back side. Let's dry it on my pants. We're very high-tech here. Now let's go to B4. And what color haven't I used? Did I use the green? I don't think I used the green yet. One stencil. So many different ways of using it. I missed a place right there. Guess what? I can put my stencil right back on it and it lines right back up. I missed that whole little square right there. And now I have something that looks totally different than the original. This is what the stencil was intended to do, which is cute. I love it. It's darling. So cute. But you can do something more with it if you want. Yes, absolutely. Let's put these off to the side. Let's grab another piece of paper. Let's clean the back. We're going to do just something super quick and then we're going to move on to our next stencil. And again, no idea what's going to happen. We're just going for it. We're just playing. It's only white paper. That's all we're playing with, white paper. We're not taking expensive, pretty pattern paper and it's the last sheet you own and you don't want to ruin it. We're taking white paper. Let's start with F1. Make sure I'm happy. Take it off. Wipe it down. Dry it off on my pants. And then what if we rotate it? What if we now go to the B side? What if we do B4? That's going to take it out one more. So if we rotate it, what happens? Now I'm using I did the front side, F on the first one, and I rotated to the back side, and you just mix and you match them. I would make recipe cards, quite honestly, because you're going to love some of the designs better than others. And there's many different combinations you can make that you might just want to have a snippet of what you did. Look at that. Different than what we've had so far. And then I could wipe it down. And I could either flip it back and find another place here. Let's B4. And see if I want to put something in there. Or I could flip it back over here and see if I want to put something in there. The idea is that you have options. Just by flipping it and moving it, you can change. You can change the pattern. Even though it's just one stencil. All right, let's move to the next one. I'm going to keep these over here. I've got lots to play with, lots to finish later. Put my lids on. And let's bring out the next stencil. Here we go. And again, I'm going to mark it up. I'm going to find my front that says Sizzix. It's right up here. I can feel it. And do F1, F2, F3, F4. And maybe this one, I try to use just one color ink. So I start with my F1, and maybe we do purple. So I'm going to use what's on here. I'm not even going to put any purple on here yet. Okay, first layer down. Now I'm going to come back and let's move to F2. And let's go a little heavier in my purple, my eggplant parm. Don't want too heavy. Just a little bit darker in my color. And if I lift it and I find that it's too light, I can come back and add a little bit more color. I'd rather have it too light and have to add color than to make it too dark from the beginning. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's good. Look, you can totally see the difference between the two. Now let's come back and move it to F3. And a little bit darker. just lay that ink down. Always going a little bit lighter because you can lift up, see where you need a little bit more, but if you get it too dark on your first go around, then you lose that ombre effect. You lose that monotone, monochromatic, I guess it's monochromatic effect. So let's lift up. Oh, I think that's good too. So now you can see 3 distinct colors of purple. And now I move to F4. And I'm going to go really dark. Oh, in fact, I might be able to go back to F3 and add a little bit more color. Okay. In fact, I think I am. I think I'm going to go back to my F3 and add a little bit darker color. And I can do that because I haven't moved my paper. All I have to do is pop this off, come back to my F3, look at it lines right back up, and I can add a little bit darker in my purple. Not as dark as my last, but a little bit darker than what I've got. I think that's good. I'm going to go to F4 one more time and go a little bit darker. And I can keep moving them back and forth until I'm happy. I want this last color to be as saturated as it can be. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty is this from the very lightest color. That's all out of one ink pad. That's all out of one ink pad. That's how I designed my inks. That's what I like. That makes my heart happy. Now, can I flip this one? Oh, you bet I can. And if I do, I'm going to end up with something very similar to this, where all the spaces, everything fits in and flips in, and you're just going to have everything in a slightly different rotation. But yes, you can absolutely flip this one and do the back side as well. Let me wipe this one down. And then we'll do this one quickly in a couple colors so you can see what it's not when it's not monochromatic. And you're saying, Stacy, why are your hands getting so inky? It's because I'm holding the stencil. Like I'm wiping it down and I have it against my hands. So let's do this one quickly in a non-monochromatic, although I really like that. We'll put it over here, bring over another piece of paper, bring back my stencil. We'll start at F1, wipe it down. And we'll start with the yellow. And they are quick and easy, and it looks like you really worked hard. Oh, okay, it lifted up. That's okay. I just put it right back down. Perfect. All right, next color. F2, I'm going to go with an orange. And I'm not going to clean it. I'm just going to let that orange blend in with that yellow. So I'm taking the yellow off and I'm blending it into the orange, and I'm just fine with that. Okay, orange. Now I'm going to move to F3, and again, I'm not going to clean it off. And I'm going to move into a pink. Let's do a pink. And I'm going to have that pink and that orange. And I'm just going to let it be. So if you use colors that are complementary and you start with your lightest color first, you don't have to go in and clean after each time. I can lift, see if I'm happy. I do like that. I do. And I think we're going to end with a red. And I'm not going to clean the pink. I'm just going to let it be. So I'm going to move to F4. And look at how amazing one stencil can be. It looks like you've got 4 defined, distinct, separate stencils doing the work. But you don't, and you're not paying for 4 different stencils. This is where, if you are on a budget, if you haven't really played with stencils before, but you want to try them, and you want to get bang for your buck, that's where these come in. At full price, they're a great value, just because you can do so much with them. But of course, we've got them on a deal. We've got them on a YouTube Yummy sale. Or what do you think? From one ink pad, multiples. So cute. All right, let's clean it up. Let's do our last stencil. Baby wipe goes a long way. And put it in our storage, because they gave it to us. And bring over our last stencil. little pinwheels, huh? All right, let's get some more paper. Just white paper. I feel like I should have stock in the paper mills, the amount of white paper I use. I rarely use a pattern paper unless it's a collection of some kind, or a background that goes with something like last week. Those pattern papers went with the little mice, and they went with they were made for it. And so you had to use them. But when I'm inking and coloring, I like making my own background paper. And white paper is readily accessible and most often very affordable. All right, so let's write on this one. Let's find, this is just a little bit up. There we go. Let's find our Sizzix. So front 1, front 2, front 3, front 4. So front 1 is where I'm going to start, and maybe we'll do monochromatic until the last color. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do monochromatic, but the last color we'll do a pop of something. I'm trying to think. So 1, and then 2, perfect. 2 will go a little bit darker. I might have to lift this up to see if I'm going darker at all, but I'll get a first coat down, and then I can come back and see where I need to add color. Oh, that was too dark. Ah, Stacy. Maybe not. Maybe they need to be a little darker than that. Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now we have to rotate. Now you could use this just like this. Now we have to rotate to F3. And I think I'll come in and go really dark. Nice and saturated. Oh yeah, that's 3 distinct colors. And now let's add our last. Let's clean this up because I'm not going to use the blue. I think I'm going to use the red. And then we're going to flip it. Dry it off. I haven't lifted my paper up. As long as I don't lift my paper, my stencil will align right back up. So here's F4, and how do I know that? Because I only see white paper. If I accidentally put it back on F1, you're like, oh no, there's blue already there. Or if I moved it to F3, you'd be like, no, there's blue there too. F4, and let's come in with our red. Just right over the top. So cute. I feel like it's nautical. Like, let's go to the ocean. Let's get on a boat. I feel like that's so nautical or very patriotic. Love it. Okay, so that's using this stencil as it's intended to be done. Let's hold on to it, and we're gonna flip the switch. So let's clean it up. And then let's rotate it. Let's take it to the dark side and see what we can do. So F1. And I'll make this F1. Or B1. B2. B3. And B4. And let's see what happens. So I think I'll start with F1. We'll start on the front like we're supposed to. And let's pull that blue again, which is Admiral Blue. Which is, oh, right here. I'm like, where did I put you, Admiral? It is Admiral Blue. That's why it made me think of the ocean. Okay, so add a little bit of Admiral Blue here. Now you're saying, Admiral Blue, Stacy, that doesn't sound like food. I know, this was the very first launch. And about half of them were food related, and the other half weren't. Oh. All right, so I've got one down. Now I'm gonna have to clean this because I'm gonna flip it to the other side. And I don't want this ink to get on my paper. Oh, did I move it? I did. Darn it. Okay. Well, too bad, so sad. Okay. Dry it off. And now let's go F1. Let's do B1. Backside one. And let's see what we get. This time let's use pink. So I used front one and back one. And it looks like I'm going to get a nice little round of semicircles. Lift up. I do. I have a nice little set of semicircles going all the way. I wonder if we can get these to full circles. Okay, so that's B1. Let's do B2. No, B2 would not give me a semicircle or finish the circles. B3. B3 would. So let's clean this. And let's see. So B3 will give me the next part of my semicircle. Will anything from the front side? So there's my F1. F2 will not. F3 will. F3 and B3 are going to give me a woot woot, woot woot. We did it. We're a winner. Chicken dinner. I'm going to make circles. Okay, what color do I want? I know I shouldn't be so excited, right? It's just a circle. But this stencil wasn't built to do, it wasn't designed to do this. But, well, let's take it where it wasn't meant to be. Yay for me. Oh, what color do I want? This is very difficult for me. I did pink, I did blue. No, I don't know. Just pick one, right, Stacy? Just pick one. Pick one. We'll do orange. We could do orange. Or do we do a yellow and then a purple? I don't know. Or a purple. We'll do purple. We are going to make circles. This is what I mean by a recipe card. There must be, I can't even imagine how many different combinations you could do with this stencil, depending on how you move it around, how you layer it. Ha ha ha. Okay, so that was F3, and I think it was B3, the back side, that gave me the last little bit. Look at us go, people. Look at us do it. Not what it was intended for. They thought of one design, but the stencil will let you do so many. All right, dry it off. And it was B3, I think, that let me do it. All I have to do is lay it down and line it up and see, look at that. It only has white paper. Oh, but what color? Okay, what do we think? We made circles. This stencil was intended to make the cute little pinwheels. We made circles. All the different things you can do with these stencils by mixing and turning and trying and giving it opportunity to reveal itself to you. It will show you what it can make. You just need some paper and some inks, even if it's yucky paper and yucky inks, just to figure out what kind of combinations can you do with these rotating stencils. I don't think that this was on the radar for Sizzix. They saw this and said, oh, isn't that pretty? And I said, oh, I think we can do something more with it. Didn't know we were gonna get a full circle, but happy day for me. And that's just me rotating and playing. There's other combinations that can be done. This isn't the only one. You just have to try. You just have to try. So if I start with an F1, and then maybe go to an F3. Or do I want the back? That's going to give me the half circle. Oh, that's what I started with last time, Stacy. B2. So I did an F1 and now a B2, so a front one and a back two. And I've got a whole different look going on here, whole different look. And then what if I go to, now to a, I don't want to do my circle. F4. No, I think that'll give me my circle. I came back to a front two. Have no idea what we're going to get. It's like playing mad scientist. Okay, so now can I fill that space in? What will it take to fill that space in? So it's not this one. I want that space. It's not this one. It's this one. And what am I going to get? Let's try a different color just so we have a contrast. I didn't clean my yellow, so my blueberry pie and my yellow are mixing to make a shade of kind of a tealy green. I moved it. But I've got a totally different look than that, and a different look than that, all from the same stencil. So much fun. Okay, so I've got plenty of stencils to play with. It's time for us to move on. Like, move on? Yep, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna wipe this stencil down. I'm gonna put it away. So there are 4 rotating stencils. They retail for $8.99 each. So 36 bucks. Not a bad price. Took a little while to get to that price. But not a bad price, especially when I found out they were coming with the storage. However, we've got them for $26.99. All 4 of them. I think you pay like $6, $7 just for 3 of the storages by themselves. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I'm gonna put my ink, the lid's back on my ink. I'm gonna move them out of my way because we're gonna bring over our die cutting machine. Look at my hands. I'm gonna have to wash my hair maybe twice. Okay, so just to remind you, we were here and then here with the exact same inks, and then here, and then here by flipping it and rotating it, and then here just using a portion of it, and then here and here, and then my last 3. So we're gonna save all these because we might do, well, I know we're gonna do something with at least a few of them. And I'm gonna put the lid on my stencil and stamp tool, and we're gonna move it out of the way for just a moment because we're gonna bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine. Now, I have got, as a licensed designer for Sizzix, I have some dies out that are kind of unique. They are definitely unique. So these have released, these 2 already released, and these are my Take 2s. So what they do is pretty unique. There is a positive that lets you die cut the word thanks. There's a negative that lets you emboss the word thanks and then sand it. Then there's a shadow die, which will give you a shadow for this word thanks, or it die cuts out this word thanks. And then we have all the little extra dies to go with it so you can get a sentiment. Hello has also released. So you have a positive that will cut out the word hello. You have a reverse die that will emboss the word hello so you can sand it. Then you have a die that will do a shadow for hello or cut out this word, and then all the little dies to go with it. So hello has big hello, hello you, hello friend, hello sunshine, hello beautiful, hello little one. And then we have big thanks, thanks a lot, thanks a bunch, thanks so much, thanks a million. And the newest of the collection of my Take 2s is wish and wishing. So you have the word wish, you have the additional ing to add to the end if you want wishing. You've got the dies to cut out, the positives. You've got the reverse to emboss. And then you've got make a wish, happy birthday, wishing you happy birthday, wishing you joy, wishing you a happy holiday. All of that comes in, and this is in my July collection for Sizzix, which is my Nod to Christmas collection. And when I say Nod to Christmas, we have wishing you a happy holiday, but we also have make a wish, wishing you well, wishing you joy, wishing you happy birthday, so that it's not just holiday related. Now, how do these work? Well, they're pretty darn simple, but I'm going to explain them. And I think the best way to do it is with one of the older sets, because it still has, we'll do all three of them, but the older set still has them all taped onto a card. The new sets I'll show you in just a minute. So here's your hello, and this is in a reverse. This is not going to die cut out. There is no cut line anywhere on here. It is going to let you do an emboss and then sand. Here's your hello die. There's a cut line all the way around this die, so you are going to be able to cut this die out and the word hello is going to fall right out. Here's the hello shadow. You can cut this die out, put this one on top, and build a shadow. But if you want to also cut out your embossed element, this fits that. And then you have all the rest of the words. So let's do some, because showing you, telling you it's a little bit easier to show you, I think. So let's just open them up and see. With Wish, Wish comes in its own little storage. And all the dies are in a little baggie in your storage, which is why for me to show them to you, this was a little bit easier. But now let's do some die cutting with them and see what we get. So I'm going to use some reveals, and I'll use some pinks and some yellows and some blues. So reveals paper is kind of special paper. It's the same color front and back, but when you tear it or you sand it, it tears to a lighter shade or it sands to the lighter shade of the color on top. Even though it's the same color top and bottom, it's a different color when you tear it or you sand it. Reveals paper is pretty spectacular, and these are the colors that I selected. I did these reveals. I love the colors. They're bright and they're fun and they're happy, and they make my heart happy. Maybe we'll do a green and maybe a red and a purple, and let's see what we get. So let's start. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to die cut out the word thanks. Just like we normally would, just die cut out the word thanks. So I've got my Big Shot machine. I've got my base platform that it comes with. I've got my solo shim or my A shim that it comes with. I've got my cut plate. I've got my paper. I've got my die. And I'm going to put my top plate on and send it on through. And just like that, we've got the word thanks. Pretty easy peasy. Let's do it out of the teal maybe. Well, we might as well do the hello while we're at it, right? So let me get the hello that die cuts. And let me get the word wish that die cuts. We might as well get the bang out of our buck. I'm just going to pull the word wish. Okay, so I've got hello. I've got wish, I've got hello, I've got thanks. I'm just going to cut them all out at the same time. Wish, hello, come on, thanks. Thanks for coming out. And let's bring that yellow back. And let's get my hello and my wish through there. And let's do maybe a purple and a pink. I'm wondering if I can cut two at the same time. 2 sheets of paper. I don't know if it'll do it. Little bit tighter to pull through, but it's pretty easy roll. And I'm going to rotate just because I'm asking it to go through 2 pieces of paper. Little creaks and cracks are a-okay. Nope. Got through the purple just fine, but not through the blue. So now we know there are 2, not even on that purple. There we go. They're too fine to do 2 pieces at the same time. Maybe with a precision base plate, but I'm not going to grab a precision base plate. Let's just grab another piece of blue. I'm going to have plenty of words to choose from, and then maybe we'll just do some pink and call it done. So I'll have my die cuts done, and then we're going to do some embossing. Okay, pretty sure I got more than I need. Let's do some embossing. So now I'm going to bring over the hello and the thanks. And these do not have any kind of lines around them. There's no die cut lines around them. And I've already got my wish over here. There we go. I've got my wish. So wish doesn't have any cut lines around it. Thanks doesn't have any cut lines. And hello does not have any cut lines. Let's do them. So to do these, we're using them as an embossing feature, not a die cutting. We're using them almost like an embossing folder. It's not going to give you exactly the same depth as an embossing folder because there's no 2 sides to push into each other to force the embossing. We are going to need our squishy and our knock knock. So this is a silicone pad and this is an impression pad. I named them Squishy and Knock Knock probably 14 years ago because it was really easy to explain. This is Squishy and this Knock Knocks. At one time, both of these were black. And then there was the crease pad that's also black. And to have 3 items black and they're almost the exact same size on camera, it was very hard to show you what was what. So these got renamed Squishy and Knock Knock, and that's what they're known as now. And that's what I call them. They're a Squishy and a Knock Knock. So I'm going to be using them to force an embossing. And to do that, I'm going to take my die that has no cut lines around it, and it's in the reverse. So I'm going to take, and you may want to take notes or write this down, I'm going to take my Knock Knock and I'm going to put that right against my base plate. Then I'm going to take my Squishy and I'm going to put my Squishy right on top of my Knock Knock. Then I'm going to take the paper, and the paper I want to see on my finished project gets put face down. So I want to see the textured side. That gets put face down. Then I put my word. Now my word is in the reverse. When I'm looking at it, my T is over here as opposed to over here. It should be thanks. And right now I'm looking at it and it's thanks. I put my last top plate over it and I send it on through. Now what's going to happen is as the roller in the machine starts hitting the sandwich and it starts to get tighter, the die is going to be pushed down into the Squishy and the Knock Knock to force an impression. And if you're doing it right, the Squishy comes out the back side. It gets longer and longer because the pressure from the roller is pushing it down and flattening it. Now it comes right back to size, that's not a problem, but you want to make sure that that Squishy is coming out the back side. So now I take my die, put it here, and now I've got my paper. And can you see the embossing? The word thanks is there. I'm going to take a Sizzix sanding block and I'm going to sand it, and like magic, the word thanks starts to appear. I'm sanding off the top layer of my paper, exposing that lighter pink, and the word thanks starts to appear. So let's do another one. Let's do another thanks. Bring it over. Remember that I start with my base platform, then my Knock Knock, then my Squishy, then the paper I want to see on my finished project. This has got a textured side, I want to see that, and then my word thanks. And of course you could, if you're going to die cut it out, you can move it to the bottom. It's really up to you what you want to do with it. You could just put the word thanks and then finish it off with the thanks so much with the rest of the dies and mat it and call it done. Let's send it on through. I've got my thanks, so it's scooched down to the end. I'll have to see if I'm going to be able to get that die cut out. Where's my other one? Let's clean my sanding blocks. I clean them like you would an eraser if you were back in elementary school when they had chalkboards. All right, so I've got 2 thanks. Let's do a hello. And maybe we can do a wish at the same time. Leave enough room because I might want to die cut them out. Did I go all the way? Now I went all the way. And I have got a great embossing. These dies were made to go with Reveals paper. I designed them specifically for this Reveals paper, and I know so many of you have Reveals paper. All right, so we've got 2 things. We've got a hello, we've got a wish. Let's grab another sheet, maybe the yellow. And we'll do a hello and a wish out of the yellow. And then we'll start putting things together. Turn it over and let's give it a little sanding. And then we'll grab the dies to cut them out. So I've got hello, wish, thanks, thanks, hello, wish. I feel like we should have one more in blue. Let's do hello and thanks. And then we'll be done. Well, then we have to die cut them out. So it's fast, it's easy, it's another way of using your machine, it's another way of using your paper. And remember, I have all the positives too. So if I want just the die cut, I've got all the positives as well. Besides the embossing, you get both in the take twos. And we'll make some mats for those. And one, there we go. And send it on through. So you have to have the word spelled in reverse so that you can do the embossing, so that when you turn your paper over, magically it is spelled in the correct way, going the right direction. I remember when I first talked to Sizzix about this, they were like, I'm sorry, what? And I just sand it to get my hello and my thanks. See if I can get that in there better. All right, now we take the frame dies. Here's my hello. Here's my thanks. And now I turn my machine back into a die cutting machine. So no more squishy and knock knock. But I do need my solo shim or my ace shim again. I'm going right back to just die cutting. My thanks. And my hello. I'm going to be brave and go without taping anything down. Creaks and cracks are okay, and these are easy dies to cut. One roll through, and I have now cut out my thanks and my hello. You could ink these up and send them through and have them do a letter press. So I've got those done, but I can also take, let's just grab some black paper. I can also take my hello and thanks and my wish. There's the ing part of the wish, because you do get the word wishing. We give you the ing separate, just in case you want the word wish and not the word wishing. So let's die cut these out. So it's just a matter of what you want to do. Hello, thanks, wish. So hello. Now fits on that shadow. This isn't the embossed. The embossed is here. We used the shadow to cut out the embossed die, and we used the shadow to add a shadow for the positive die. The dies are super cool. They really are useful and fun and easy to use. They truly are. All right, so I've got quite a bit going on here. I'm gonna take some of these that we've got going on and see, I think that this would look good on there. Maybe we go this way and we make it more of an A2 size. I think that looks good on there. Let's just do this one. We'll start here. So I'm going to make it more of an A2 size card. Oh, see, I think that's cute. And let's mat it. On the white. Or do we want to mat it? On the matching blue. So matte blue. Blue. White. Or white. No, I'm going to go with the other way. You're like, no, Stacy, no. Yeah, we're going to try. And we'll trim it out. We don't want the yellow, right? No, you'd not see that. It's got to be the bigger things. That looks, yeah, that looks better. I think I'm going to use some foam tape to pop this. Oh. Come back, little piece of foam tape. Come back. This is the GG foam tape. Really is the best foam tape I've ever used. We import it direct. It is not from, it's not from sunny California. It is over in Europe. And they're a lovely company to work with. And it's so inexpensive. We just got an order of it the other day. Okay, so let's, and I can peel off the top, the layer, the liner piece, so easy. I really struggle with that with some of the foam tapes out there. And this one, bing, bang, boom, done. Bing, bang, boom, look at that. And I'm gonna put thanks. Oh, I think I'm going to do it a little bit in the yellow. And then I'm going to mat it in white. Look at how easy these are to put together. Oh, yes, I do think so. How cute is that? trim it out. And then just for good measure, I still have the bling on my table from last week. Do we want the blue in there? My little Marvy pen. Easiest way to put down bling ever. Move to the side and put it down. Push to the side and put it down. Push to the side, put it down. So I guess we'll have to leave these in there now on sale since I used them here. Look how cute! Look at what we made! We did this! There's one. Let's do another one. But which one to choose from? There's so many that are good. Like, well, we did that style already. I love this one. And I love that one. And I love that one. I love this one, but we can't make all of them. Okay, so let's see. Did I do any in I did some in purple. So if I took the purple and this is the positive, not the embossed piece. I think it needs to pop. I think that color, I think it needs to pop. No, I want to do this one. I don't know, I just feel like that's really dark. The black is dark against it. Cut it down so I can get an A2 size card. There's still a little piece needs to come out. Do we like that? And then mat it in the purple. All right, well, let's give it a try. I've got to grab sticky dots. I don't have any sticky, well, I suppose I could just use pop dots. And we'll pop this on there. I suppose I could just use pop dots. I was going to use sticky dots. No, I'm going to grab some sticky dots. I need my sticky dots. Okay, sticky dots. Sticky dots are sheets, 8.5 by 11 or 8 by 10, 8 by 11, 8.5 by 11 sheets of what has hundreds and hundreds of thousands, well, of little tiny micro dots. And they're made for intricate dies. So when you put your die down and you close it up and you give a good push, no goobers. It lets you line it up. It's repositionable until it's not. But it lets you put your intricate dies down. Easy peasy. And it's down. No wet glue. And then I can pop that with my foam tape. You would do a better job of putting down the adhesive. I just want to get enough down there so it'll stay. So you can see. You know, I never really used foam tape before because it was just so darn difficult for me. But now I love it. So I have hello, and I could finish typing out do the little words hello you, a big hello. I can now mat it on the matching paper. I could pop this. Why not? So the matte matches the hello. And then a little bit of white to finish it off. Nope, that's a little too small. And easy peasy, darling. I made all of those backgrounds. They're ready to go. I've got some clear ones in here. Those like, that whole strip is like an A, they call it an AB, Aurora Borealis. Okay, I need to cut it out first, yes. I got all excited when I saw that I had bling that would work. So I'm going to go for the side, out, and then down, out, and then down, out, and then down, out, and then down. I'm just going to put one everywhere. Have you ever seen bling go down so easy? Piece o' cake. And these blings, you get like 800. I want to say 800 on them. 840 maybe. Okay, so I've started. So 1, 2, and maybe this one, we'll do this one and then we'll call it done. But this one's so sweet. Look at the colors, aren't they? And I've got bling to match. Okay, I don't know what colors. Do I want to do a yellow? Do I want to do the yellow hello or the yellow wish? Let's find the, there's the thanks, there's the hello, there's the wish. Let's die cut the yellow out. I think I'm going to put the yellow on here. Oh, but the green is good too. No, I'm going to go with the yellow. And I'm just using the same paper that I made my sentiments out of. I'm gonna mat in the same paper because the reveals comes in A6 and it comes in A4. So I used the A6 to do my words, and I'm using the A4 to make all my different mats. But it matches perfectly. Don't know if we're gonna have a deal on the reveals paper or not yet. I'm waiting to hear. Maybe by tomorrow morning. We'll have it on sale. I just don't know if it'll just be a regular sale or if it'll be a special sale. I have no idea. Oh, I just rotated that, but that's okay. Go for it anyway. No guts, no glory. Look at that. They're so cute. And they're embossed and sanded, not just regularly die cut. Oh no, these have a little special something something to them. So let's cut out. So while they are square, I'm cutting them to be more of an A2 size. And I'm building up that size by adding mats. Now I would keep this and put this maybe down the envelope. I mean, I have all the ones from the others. And then I will put my, do I want hello or do I want wish? No, we want hello. Oh no, I should do wish because I did the other one in hello. All right, we'll do wish. So what do we think of the rotating stencils now that you see that it's not just one design you can get from one stencil? You can do multiple designs. You just have to play. And the price, even at full price, it's a great deal. Especially because you're getting that storage. But at a Scrapbooking Made Simple price, it's even a better deal. No, I'll do them all the same. Wish. And we'll mat this. Let's grab that yellow. So I've got my A4 size. Isn't that cute? I think I'm going to do that, or do I like it better with the green? I thought I brought them both over. It's cute with the green, but I like the blue. The blue speaks to me. So in each pack of reveals, you get 40 sheets, whether it be the A6 size or it be the A4 size. There's 10 colors, 4 of each color, for a total of 40 sheets in each. That bottom cut was not a good cut. Okay, that's better. And the blue, oh! These are easy and simple and effective, and you can make a whole bunch of the backgrounds, and then you can sit there and then make your cards. You can have those stenciled backgrounds sitting there. You can have them in a nice little folder, so when you need something quick and easy, you just grab one, do them in a whole bunch of assorted colors, and they're just waiting for you. Okay, and then I'm going to mat it on white. Just a little bit of white. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Itty bitty. Boy, that 110-pound paper is thick. It's lovely. Okay, now do I want to add any bling to it anywhere? Where would I add the bling? Maybe just on the yellow going down. So 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe just on the yellow. I love that you can move them around. Push them where you need them to go. Actually, let's go this side. Faster. All right, 6 more to go. There, just kind of around. Give it a little bling, maybe one in the eye. Well, you've never dotted an eye that easy, have you? Okay, yeah, we gotta go, but my heart says to do all the colors. You're like, no, Stacy, no. Like, but it would be so cute if I did all the colors and I have the bling in all the colors. And once I get going, it's pretty fast. Underneath. Look at how fast it is to do. Like, do it afterwards. All right, I'll do it afterwards. I'll finish it afterwards, but I'm definitely going to do the blue too. Oh, it turned. Oh yeah, it's so cute with the little blings in there. All right, I'll finish it afterwards, but look at how cute it's becoming. Right? All right, we'll do it later. Okay, you guys, so this was the class. We took layering stencils. No, not layering stencils. We took rotating stencils. Rotating stencils from Sizzix. It is a single stencil. It looks like layering stencils. You'll fool everybody. They'll think you bought layering stencils, but you didn't. There are 4 of them. We did all 4 designs, and we did all 4 designs basic, and then we added a little something. We changed it up. We went monochromatic, we flipped and rotated, we made them into more than what they started as. And for the price, it is amazing. Who would have ever thought that these two are the exact same stencil? It's just how you rotate everything. And who would have thought that these two were from the exact same ink pads? It's just how you desaturate or saturate everything and the quality of the ink that you're using. We had fun. So I have for you all 4 of the layering stencils. They're on sale. The bundle is where you're going to see the biggest value, and we have it down to $26.99. That's a holy smokes artichokes deal. Now we also have the 3 of my stencils, the Take 2s, so 2 of the older, and the brand new Wish. We have these from $67.97 down to $48.99, but they're also open stock. So if you only need the Wish, you can just get the Wish. But we've got those for you as well. And then Sizzix put together a little accessory bundle for you. You're going to see some of these stamps on the samples that I have for you. So we've got 2 stamp sets. We have got a stencil accessory tool that gives you the palette knives and the brayer. It also gives you the handle, and we've included in 2 blending brushes that fit in the handle. And again, this is at an incredible value. It retails for $76.96. We've got it for $45.99. This item right here is $29, I believe. And then the stamps are $14.99, $16.99. So you're getting the entire thing for $45.99. And this will go really great with all your stencils, and it gives you some stamps to do your sentiments with. I will have all my inks on sale. 24 colors. I'll have all of them on sale, and we'll do the re-inkers as well. So these are the colors I used today that I was playing with. But oodles of other colors to go with. So we'll have that for you. We will have the reveals paper that I used. both the A4 and the smaller. You probably already have this. You may have this in your crafty stash. You may have my inks already. The sanding block, you might already have the sanding block. And of course we'll do the stencil and stamp tool. And it comes with the additional converter so you can do anybody's tools. All right, let's look at samples, because I got some pretties for you. All right, so from Honorary SMS Girl Patty. Isn't that lovely? The colors are fabulous. I love the colors. And from Honorary SMS Girl, this is Gail. Love her colors as well. And then see, I love the bling. Ah, this is from Zelda. Hey, Zelda, love the Zen colors, and I love, love, love the bling. And then we have Tanya Brooks. Hey, Tanya. So Zelda is at Zell's Crafts on Instagram. Follow her. Go to Instagram and follow these makers. These are makers who do things for Scrapbooking Made Simple. Isn't that sweet of them? Sizzix has them make some makes just for us. And I want to be sure that they get the credit that's due. Go follow them on Instagram. They deserve 100,000 followers each. And I'm pretty sure that none of them have, I don't think any of them have more than a couple thousand. Look at this is from Honorary SMS Girl Mary, and she just used some of one stencil to make that pattern. She mixed and matched. Very, very, very cool. Then we have, oof, this one's pretty. Dana M. Hey, Dana. Love it with the happy birthday. So happy birthday comes in the wishing set. Dana M. Follow her on Instagram. And then Patty, Honorary SMS Girl Patty. It's all perspective. So again, this is using one of the stencils in a completely different way. She just turned it one way and then turned it another way, and this is what she got. And she did it with embossing powders. And here we have Honorary SMS Girl Patty again. So pretty, and I love the bling. And here, this is a great card. Created shadow in gray. Oh, I love it. So she added a shadow to the design by slightly offsetting the stencil. Well done, you, Zelda at Zell's Crafts. Well done, you. So she used the stencil and did it once and then slightly offset to add the gray in there. Pop it up. Oh, have a wonderful day. So this is one of the stamps that's in the set, that accessory set. And then we have hello. And this is by Brennan. Hey, Brennan. And Brennan is at, here's his Instagram. Go follow Brennan. He's got a great little Instagram page. They all have a great little Instagram page, honestly. And then this one was done in glitter. So we glued it up. We went through the stencil with our Essentials glue pad. And this one is done by Dortina. Look at the rich colors. And then that beautiful butterfly on top. Love this Dortina. So pretty. And then I have Hello Friend by Dana M. And she's used, it looks like my hexagon, to cut out the stencil. And we've got the Hello Friend going on. Very soft and muted colors. Just absolutely lovely. And then we come to Patty. I know this has to be Patty because, no, it's Mary. Mary, Mary with the flakes. It's usually Patty with the flakes. This time it's Mary with the flakes. Honorary SMS girl Mary and gilding flakes. So she used an Essentials glue pad and she went in there and she added her flakes to it. Really pretty, Mary, but you surprised me. I was sure it was Patty. I was so sure. Then we have congratulations, and here they've diced up. This is Zelda again. She's kind of spliced it up and done a color block with it. And here we have, ooh, this is Dortina. So Dortina, again, she used a stencil. This is one of the stencils. She just figured out a whole new pattern for it. And then she came in and added a few little emblems from one of the other stencils. Look at that, pretty. Look at the glitter in there. And that's Dortina. Then we have Tanya Brooks again. Joy, a happy little Christmas card. Done in the reds and the greens, the muted reds and greens. And there's Tanya. You want to follow Tanya on Instagram. These guys, they work so hard to do these. They work so hard. They should get a jillion likes for each and every one of them. Happy birthday. Put on the diagonal. You've got an embossed background. This is Dana. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to be, I don't know the right thing to do with makers. I know that some places don't shout them out at all, and I just feel so weird about that because I don't want to ever take credit for something that somebody else did, especially when they do it so well. They just work so hard and they're so kind and they deserve all the accolades. Look at how cute. Same with the honorary SMS girls. Ah, Brennan, I love this one, Brennan. I'm digging on this one, Brennan. This one works for me. Look at, it's BDK_creations. Yes. So Brennan, get a little stamp that says that so we can stamp that. And then we have, hello, boo. How cute is this, Dana? This is Dana M. And she's at Dana M. Divine Goddess Cards. Yes, Dana M. _ Divine Goddess Cards. Hello, boo. I want to hear from the makers that they got 100 likes this weekend. This is from Dortina. So she's die cut and she's stenciled. And hello, friend. Ooh, somebody went into the die cutting with this. BDK Brennan, I love this one. Look at all the die. So he's actually got die cuts coming up to give some dimension to it. Very cool. Very cool, Brennan. And wishing you a day filled with flowers from Dortina again. Look at the pretty glitter. So lovely. Happy birthday in the muted colors. Tanya. Ooh, Tanya. Oh, Tanya. Well done, you. Okay, so from the muted colors that I love to the bold colors. This is honorary SMS girl Gail. Love this one every bit as much. Look at that. And again, I think she changed the stencil. I think these are so beautiful. What a great way to make fabulous backgrounds. And then again, Tanya. Hello. Hey girl, hey. This is so pretty. But then, from honorary SMS girl Mary, again mixing the glitter and the inks together. What do we think of the samples? Look at all of these. Dortina, love it. These are from a few weeks ago. Love it. And then hello, friend, from Zelda. Hello, friend. Well, hello, friend. You are my friend, Zelda. I love this card. So cute. Little gatefold, right? How darling is that? And then hello. All of the hellos and the thanks and the wishes, those are all my dies, but look at how pretty. And she's popped it off. Who is this? Zelda. Oh, Zelda, this is beautiful. Oh, how cute. How cute is that? With the extras, she made a little envelope. Oh my gosh, Zelda. She's at Zell's Crafts. So pretty, Zelda. And then we have got Mary. Love the circles. She's die cut up the stencil. And then, ooh, Gail. Hello, Gail. This is magnificent. We've got an embossing folder. Look at, she just, these little embellishments, but look at the stenciling, and then she's die cut it, and she's got the glitter going behind it. This would be a fabulous anniversary card, wedding card. Wow, birthday. This is stunning, Gail. Absolutely stunning. Oh, somebody after my own heart. Should I have put them in the middle like this? Tanya. You had to use a little bit of bling too, didn't you? And the Hello Sunshine is a stamp that's in that accessory set. And then So Happy For You by Zelda. And then the three that I made that I'm not quite done with, but I'll get there. My wish, thanks, and hello. All right, you guys. Whew. We did it. We had a great class today, and it was something that is hopefully accessible to everybody. Even if you just tape the stencils down. Tape the stencils down if you don't have the stencil and stamp tool. You can do this. And when you're getting one stencil for like $7, and it does so much that it looks like a layering stencil. It's a faux layering stencil, but don't tell anybody. They'll think that you spent the $30 for all the layers. No, and you can do them so many different ways by flipping this way and flipping that way and swinging this way and rotating that way. Great idea, great concept, great price, great quality, all from Sizzix. The only thing I would have done, we were so close, right? The only thing I would have done is I would have absolutely put the numbers on around the stencil so that 1, 2, 3, 4. That way it's make sure you don't get lost when you take it off to clean it. So that's the only thing I would have done different, Sizzix, is I would have added the numbers to them. And that way it would have been a little bit easier, but that's okay. We all own a Sharpie and a big pen, so we'll do it ourselves. Not a problem. Happy to do. All right, you guys. So where are you going to find all of this product? Well, the Sizzix product is available globally. You can shop just about anywhere for it. We have it, other independent retailers have it, lots of online stores have it. You can find it anywhere that makes your heart happy. The Stacy Park inks are out there, all the reveals paper. Now, the pricing might not be the exact same, but if you do have a local independent retailer, we really do ask that you go shop with them first and then come online. We want to keep independence going. That's important to us. So, but we're also here, and if you don't have a local independent, well, then we'd be honored and privileged to have you as a Scrapbooking Made Simple customer. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get going. I'm going to go down and load this, and then I'm going to go home and go to bed. It's late, but I will see you bright and early Saturday morning. Well, I have seen you now bright and early Saturday morning. So the next time I will see you is Monday for our next Make It Monday event, where we bring you a value, a big value for an itty bitty price. Usually it is a $19.99 bundle that retails for somewhere between $80 and $100. This week it's going to be a little bit different. I've got something for $9.99 and something for $29.99. So we'll let you decide which you want. Until then, again, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you Monday morning, afternoon, evening, 6 p.m. sunny California time. Goodbye, everybody.